Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nintendo Power Block, episode 190. I am one of your hosts, Corey Deering, and alongside me, as always, is that retro code, Eddie V.
Cooking Mama has some cooking drama, and I
Yeah.
can't wait to talk about it. Hello,
Yeah.
everybody.
And it turns out that drama was for nothing.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll get into that a little bit later, but it's been a crazy week for that game, or non-game, or whatever that F is happening with that game. Nobody
It's
knows. Who knows? Nobody knows.
it's kind of been a week after a certain state of emergency was announced, and I was at work like
Yeah.
what the heck is going on? Wait, what?
Yeah, there's been a lot of weird things happening, even within the last couple days. So, but Ed, how's your week been? We haven't really talked. I mean, we've been talking, but not really. Uh,
I hooked up my new TV.
yes, tell
I
me about your new TV.
Okay, so everybody,
Nintendo, everybody.
not I have a 55-inch Samsung Smart 4K HDR UHD TV.
You got
And
the 6 series, right?
yeah, Series
Yeah.
6. Um I have an Xbox Slim. I haven't hooked up my PlayStation 4, and I have a Switch. I haven't tried my Switch on it yet because I was kind of focusing on my Xbox One Slim. And so it does it resonates to 4K, but since my TV doesn't do HDR10, um, it doesn't recognize kind of the HDR. So, and I know that Xbox One X just went to 300.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm not gonna update. I'm like it
Dude,
doesn't.
at this point, I would just wait for the X, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
if this was last year, I'd have been like, yeah, $300 for an X, go for it, man. But at this point, the Series X is out in what, theoretically, if it doesn't get delayed, what, 8 months, 9 months? So
yeah. Yeah, and the gangs, and so the gangs look good. Like Control, looks good. It's very weird because since my thing is widescreen
hmm
and I'm a little bit close to the TV, it's still some things still look pixelated
hmm
in a sense, and it's just like I don't know if it's because it's my TV is big. And I haven't tried Gears 5. I really want to try Gears 5 on TV. I think because I don't have HDR10, it I don't know if the HDR is kicking in. And I
Yeah,
know
I
it's
know you
not.
have to go through and adjust some settings on your TV for it to read stuff. Especially I know on the Xbox specifically, you have to go into the settings of the Xbox and do it. Um,
Yeah. uh, Well, when my Xbox recognized my TV, it was just like, "We'll give like, do you want to upscale it to 4K?" And I said yes. And then I looked in like the settings, and there's like TV display, and it gives you some checks and X's, like stuff that it would check that, be like, okay, this is what it'll do on your TV, but then here's an X that it won't do on your TV with the system.
mhm.
And so it's just like, because I think
But you know what
Slim.
you can do? You can adjust it to that 120 hertz to get a smoother frame rate, is what you can do.
Well, mine is only 60 hertz with the TV.
Oh, the TV is? Well, you can still put it
Yes.
at 120 hertz and it'll just downscale.
Oh,
It'll
to
still
on
be,
X.
it should technically still be smoother, I think. Even if your TV and Xbox aren't matched up, it should still be
Uh,
smoother, I think.
uh, I'll try that. Yeah, I'll probably try that tonight. Um, I for some unknown reason, my copy of the music in Ori 2 has been warped at some time. So I'm listening to the headset. And
hmm
so I'm playing the game. Everything is running smooth in the game, but the music will be playing some piano, then they'll be like,
Well, I know,
I'm not like,
I know
what in
that.
the world is this?
Well, I know if you're not playing on an X or on PC, like Ori has really weird issues, and I know there's some audio bugs in it that they're addressing in whatever the next patch is, I guess.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, like I'm like, and I was I was concerned because I was when I started Ori, I started on my older TV, my 1080, and my Emerson. And then when I finally decided to hook up my big TV, I thought it'd be like, okay, this is cool. This is, this should up res it to 4K or something. This should be a little bit smoother. And I did not expect the music to be wonky like that. I'm like, what in the world is going on? I'm like, this can't be from my TV, and this can't be. Uh, I'm like, did they not like? I don't know what happened. Like, and it can't be my headset because I'm just like, the music and control was fine. Didn't have no problem with that. Uh, I played a little bit of Forza 4, and I'm just like, okay, this is a little bit smoother. The music is fine. Um, and I want to play more of it, but I was just like, I don't know what the heck happened with Ori.
yeah, I know like I know they're really getting or it's really struggling to run on the less powerful systems. I do know that. So
But
maybe you're hitting that bug or something.
I wonder why, because the Slim is Ori is not a big budget game that it needs a huge processing power because of its animated and it being 2D. I'm like, it's not doing much because it barely has that many enemies or anything on it. So I'm like, what is it doing to make it act that way? It's
Yeah,
very weird.
I don't know. I don't know, man. Uh,
But
I mean, I don't know, man. I just know that Ori's been having issues, but I don't know,
I
man. It's something I mean, we can look into and look at on for Arsenal X or whatever. But you know,
Okay. I am gonna try to put my Switch on it, and because I want to see Breath of the Wild. That's gonna be my first. I already got it in my Switch and everything. Cause
yeah,
and I want to see how Switch looks on it. And because it had the option of 4K, 1080, and 720.
yeah,
So my TV could automatically recognize it and be like, okay, this is the one. Bam, we go. It has two HDMI ports, so
hmm
I have to just switch it. Because it and uh, because I have my Switch on and I put it in the dock, since it's connected to my TV, once again, it cuts the TV on like that.
yeah,
It still has that functionality.
yeah. That's what mine
So
does. Every time, like all my systems, when like you turn it on, the TV turns on, automatically goes to that input, and it's kind of nice.
it doesn't do it for my Xbox. I keep getting the one guy thing at the beginning of my Xbox, and I don't know why. I'm trying to get that off, and I kind of want to be like, if I cut my Xbox off, I wanted my TV to recognize it, and then my TV cuts on.
Yeah,
It goes. Um, but it's a beautiful TV. I had to kind of ghetto rig it, because it's too big
of
for
course you
my
did.
shelf.
Well,
So I kind of have like a empty box fan, and then I have
wow.
Disgaea 3 and Nut and Uncharted 2 for PS3. PS2 holding at the bottom part so it don't move because they put the power button underneath it. So I will just like, just in case of this thing do not fall off, I need this to hold. So
Wow.
um
Wow.
yeah, that's happening. But it's a beautiful TV. I did look at YouTube on the TV with the
Mm.
smart thing because I got to connect it on my Wi-Fi. Um, yeah, and I was just like, oh, that's cool. I could cut my TV on and just watch YouTube there if I need to be. But I'm just like, if I'm on my Xbox, I'll have my headphones on it. I do need to hook up my Genkai, the USB port to my Switch dock. So, um, if I care to like listen to it, do my other Wi-Fi, other Bluetooth headphones, I could do that. But
Yeah.
other than that, yeah, and I didn't. I'll try my PlayStation 4 a little bit later, um,
Yeah.
when I get a chance.
I mean, for me, it's basically just been I've been throwing up either like YouTube
Hmm.
or Disney Plus or whatever. I've been watching a lot of Giant Bomb Premium also on my Xbox, dude. Every night literally as soon as my kid goes to bed.
Hmm.
Like I I've quarantined myself out because I'm still working, and like I deal with a lot of people. So I mean we've told it a couple times on this show, but like I've quarantined myself either in my office, which is if you're watching the video version, like in here, or on the couch in the other room.
Hmm.
So I'll make up the couch for bed, and I'll just throw on something on the TV while I play my Switch in bed. And it's just, dude, the last couple nights I've just been playing games. I've been playing so many games.
I love the fact that you just like, I'm so tired, I can't record. I'm just like, okay.
I know,
And then 2 minutes later, Eddie, The Witcher 3 is so good. I'm just like, you know what? Go to bed. Slap.
dude. I was seriously was just like, but Switch in bed is so much fun.
Like
So,
and like I'm everybody I was yelling at Corey, I was just like, you know what, you gonna make, and the funny thing is after I told you that you make me want to play it, I had turned around and my Witcher 3 copy was for Xbox was standing right by me. I was looking right directly in front of him, like I should pop you in, but I'm like I'm trying to finish Control. I'm trying to get into Ori 2. I'm not trying to touch The Witcher because once I touch it, I'm gonna do my best to catch up because I really want to see The Witcher 3 running in 4K.
yeah, well, you're not
No.
gonna get that on Switch, so but it I've really been enjoying The Witcher on Switch. We'll get into it in a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's just been like that, and just it's been a good week of gaming, even though I've been like really tired this week. But I mean, next week I'm gonna have a lot of time, so yeah. Anyways, let's get into some of this housekeeping because we have an Animal Crossing game to give away. So, for those of you new here, welcome to Nintendo Power Block. Each and every week, Edward and I, as well as our friends from around the internet, come together to talk about the latest news, rumors, stories, and games from the world of Nintendo. You can join us live on Mixer and Twitch, or watch and listen to the show on your podcast service of choice. If you're listening to Apple Podcasts and Spotify, please rate and review the show. Helps with discoverability, and we would like more people to listen to the show. So tell your
Yes.
friends. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. Remember, you can subscribe to our family of podcasts on our website at bossrushgames.com/subscribe, or search Boss Rush Games or Nintendo Power Block on your podcast service of choice. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're watching on Mixer or Twitch, please follow. Click that follow button. We'd really appreciate it. So,
Yes.
all right, Ed, we're giving away Animal Crossing.
Yes.
Now, a
We
lot of
are.
people weren't following the rules. People were tweeting at us. People were subscribing to YouTube and asking if they won. Those weren't the rules in the show and in the descriptions of the show. So the rules were pretty simple. You email us at nintendopowblock@gmail.com with the subject line of giveaway entry, and you would just take a screenshot of your subscription on your podcast service of Nintendo Power Block and email it to us. And if you were listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify and you rated and reviewed us, that granted you a second entry to the giveaway. So it's episode 190 now. Like I said, we are giving away a big giveaway for episode 195 and a massive giveaway for episode 200.
Yes.
The rules are going to change for episode 200, so it'll be worth it though. I promise. I promise you guys. It's gonna. I was telling Ed before we started recording what it was, and it's gonna be pretty awesome. So, but anyways, Ed, we have 41 entries.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Yeah. So, pretty excited. I'm pretty excited to give away Animal Crossing. So, dude, it took everything in me not to just because everybody was playing Animal Crossing. Dude, maybe I'll just use this code and get another code.
Yeah.
But I waited, and I did end up getting Animal Crossing. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. So I want you, Ed, to give me a number between 1 and what I say, 41.
Yes.
I need you to give me a number 1 through 41. Now I kind of I put everything in like a spreadsheet and did like a randomizer in the spreadsheet. So they're not in alphabetical order. They're not in enter giveaway, entry number order or anything. I just random. So here we go. I need you to give me a number between 1 and 41, Ed.
27.
Okay. So 27. Drum roll, please, Ed. Dude, have you ever watched Christmas Vacation?
Yes, I
Remember
have.
when they're outside and he asks for a drum roll and everybody's just making their own noises? It doesn't even sound like a drum roll.
Yes.
That's exactly what that sounded like. So
I do my best. I can do hip hop drums, but not.
Did you say hip hop drums?
Yes.
Anyways, okay. Our winner of Animal Crossing New Horizons is Gabriel Hernandez from
Yay!
Texas. Congratulations,
Yay.
Gabriel. You have won yourself a digital copy of Animal Crossing New Horizons. Now, Ed,
Yes.
we have given away Animal Crossing, but our giveaways are not done.
No.
Episode 195. Now, okay, so I want to make it clear. Everybody who entered for episode 190 and didn't win, your entries are going to carry over to this new giveaway. Okay. Sorry, Gabriel, you won this one, so your name's being taken out of the hat. I think it's fair. I think that's fair.
Yes.
So Ed, you have come up with the episode 195 giveaway. Would you like to announce what we're giving away for episode 195?
Oh, of course. Yes. So everybody, this is going to be the episode where you get some goody goods. So, for a lot of people, they have a Switch, quarantine, and there are some people who have a Switch. It has to go to work. And there's something that every Switch player needs. Some good essentials. So, for this giveaway, you would get a nice Nintendo Switch case. Huh? A case? Yes, a case. Because you may be going to lunch, or while you're social distancing, you might be on Skype with a friend and stuff, and you guys might want to play some Switch, and doing that, you definitely need a game to put into your case. What better way than playing Overwatch? So not only would you get a case, you also get a game. You get Overwatch. But that's not all. Me and Corey, everybody who knows us, we have a virtual game show. And we play virtual games. But how do we do that? Through Nintendo Online. So, you will win not only a case, not only Overwatch, but a full year of Nintendo Online. That's 3 prizes into 1.
3 prizes into 1. Sorry, I'm reading the chat, and like everybody's excited that the entries are carrying over. So I was just reading.
Yes, everybody. So you get you'll get a nice case. You'll get Overwatch, and to play Overwatch, you'll get a full year of Nintendo Online.
Nice. Good job, Ed. Everybody's saying that we should give a second Animal Crossing giveaway this stream.
That's not going to happen.
You guys should wait till episode 200. I know that's it's a few weeks away, maybe a couple months away, but dude, I'm very excited for episode 200's giveaway.
I am too.
So, anyways, yeah. So, congratulations, Gabriel. You have won. I will be DMing you or emailing you on through our Nintendo Power Block email. And yeah. Anyways, Ed, let's get into the show. Let's get into what we've been playing. I know I usually start with you, Ed.
Yes.
I usually start with you, but I'm going to start this week because I've been playing a
Oh,
lot. A lot of weird
go ahead.
stuff. A lot of stuff that was on sale on the eShop. Okay, I have been playing a lot of The Witcher and a lot of Animal Crossing. But I've also I played some pocket mini golf. Let me tell you, dude, it's the second best 99 cents I've ever spent behind Hook. By the way, everybody, you should buy Hook on the eShop. It's really fun.
Oh, yes.
Did you know that company made another game called Circuits, and it's basically the same thing? You're just connecting electrical circuits instead of
I was wondering that because I seen it on the eShop. Be like, should I try this game?
yeah. It's interesting to say the least. But I've been playing pocket mini golf. I played like 10 holes. It's fine. It was 99 cents. Yeah, it's fine. It was probably worth 9 cents. But it's all right. It's okay. But I've been wanting to okay, I'm going to set this up. My man, I don't want to give away who's getting this. Someone I know, just in case they stumble across this stream or this video or this podcast, which I doubt it, but they might. Someone I know is getting a Switch for their birthday, and there are children involved. So I've been kind of like, I had to make a list of like, okay, these are the best kind of family style games. These are whatever. These games are cheap, whatever. We had this conversation.
Yes.
Cars 3 was $9.99 on the eShop. So I had some credit left over. I'm like, let's check it out. Because I'm also planning to start a Disney Channel, some sort of Disney Parks / Disney ish channel, and I want to do some gaming stuff on it, just like Disney based games. But that channel's been delayed a little bit because of the parks closing and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, I played a little bit of it.
Which is funny that you say that.
What?
Last week, no, earlier this week at work, we got about 400 plus some pictures from different families, all of them from Walt Disney.
Oh, really?
Yes, and I was just like,
Yeah.
after the adventure that me and Corey talked about,
Yeah.
definitely with all the food.
Yeah. So,
but go ahead.
So I play a little bit of Cars 3, and it's pretty cool actually. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Diddy Kong Racing, honestly, without the car transformations, obviously. But like, the racing is fun, and like there's a jump button which adds a really cool mechanic to it. There's like the level design is like, it's not Mario Kart level design, it's not like that great, but it's fun, dude. Like it's a really fun game. It's definitely worth $10 if you're looking for an arcadey racer. It's better than Crash Team Racing and Team Sonic Racing, I can tell you that. But yeah, man, it's really fun. I've been playing that, and also I've been playing Good Job, which was the game that was released during the.
Yes.
I only played the first level, just because I wanted to talk about it on the show, but it's a really interesting kind of physics-based puzzle game where, like, if you don't know, it's just like a bunch of kind of stick figure-esque characters, and you're a character that works for their dad at his company, and you're trying to move your way up the company, and you start at the bottom and you're working your way back up. But dude, there's so much hilarious stuff that happens. Like, one of the missions is like, get all the workers into the boardroom, and like, you can either do it by pushing all of them, like while they're sitting in their chairs, you can push all their chairs into the boardroom, which is really funny.
Yeah.
Or you can like cause mass havoc and like You can like kind of blow them in there with like a giant vacuum cleaner type thing. Dude, it's you have to play this game, dude. It's so funny. Like if even if you're not going to play it, you need to watch some let's plays of it
Hmm.
because there's just so much hilarity in it. Like you have to like there's levels where you have to like connect the internet to one room from one room to the other and like there's a obnoxiously like hilariously large extension cord that you have to like you have to weave it through the building without like breaking anything. And like you can like knock down walls or vending machines or knock desks over with it, dude. It's so funny. It's pretty good. I was actually quite surprised. I mean, I wasn't surprised when I saw it was published by Nintendo that it was going to be good, but like it's like snipper clips level good in terms of like how surprised I was at how good it was. So
I wonder about the developer. Is this one of Nintendo's developer, or is it an indie game that Nintendo published?
no, it's an indie game that Nintendo published. It's just like snipper clips. Like that team is not owned by Nintendo, but Nintendo
Mhm.
published the game. So it's really uh, it's really a really cool game. I definitely recommend it to everybody that
Did you get did you get penalized by money? Because it'd be
you
like
do get
4,200.
like I mean you're trying to get a score right like a like I don't remember if it's a letter score a letter grade or like a some sort of score at the end right and like depending on how much destruction you do your score lowers so like you kind of want to be perfect but at the
Yeah,
same time it's so funny just to wreak havoc in these levels like you don't need to reach a certain rank to move to the next level
yeah.
but like if you're score chasing or leaderboard chasing or whatever you can do that if you want but it's really funny dude to push people through like just chuck people through the rooms in their chairs is like one of the funniest things or like going into the bathroom is just another piece of hilarity that's like because you can go in there and like the water's on and then it starts like flooding the room it's just it's really fun I really recommend it I think it's
Oh,
only $20
yeah, it is.
uh so
Ah,
that's been fun uh
that sounds like the wackiness I need in my life.
yeah I also played a bunch of I'm prepping some stuff for what we're working on, Ed. So I've been playing a bunch of Switch launch games, which is weird.
Ooh.
So I played a little bit of 1-2 Switch. It's still not. I don't know. It's a game that exists that Nintendo put out at the launch of the Switch. That's all I gotta say. I do have to say that the things that the Joy-Con can do that have not been utilized since that game are
Hmm.
very interesting. Like the HD Rumble is super interesting. The way that it like can like read what you're doing with the accuracy it's more accurate than the Wii remote and there's no like light bar or anything that you have to hook up or anything. It's like
Yes.
pretty impressive. But the game's just not fun.
Oh.
Milking the cow gets a lot of laughs, but it only gets laughs when you're not playing by yourself.
Oh.
So so I did play a little bit of that. I played a little bit of Breath of the Wild. Just ran around and kind of killed some guardians, and I don't know what to do now that I'm done with the game. Obviously, but I still love running around the world and
I
exploring the environments, and you know what I
I
mean.
s-
Like there's still that
I
aspect of it
still
that's
I think there's still like hidden puzzles in that game that you just haven't discovered. I really feel that way, but I'm just like there's something that I'm missing and I want to find out what it is.
I have been debating for a long time to start a new game in that on that uh, in that game, and I think it's
The
coming sooner than later.
Yeah, the video that Jesse sent to us on in our message board showing the 4K like ray tracing, that was really nice.
Oh
It,
yeah,
it
that's
was
the
really good.
for those who don't know, people have been working on a Wii U emulator. It's similar to the GameCube one, the Dolphin emulator, but I think this one's
Hmm.
called like Sierra U or something. And people have been info dumping ROMs off of the digital copies of games onto their desktop and kind of like messing with the code to get it to run on a on PCs and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, Jesse sent us the 4K version of Breath of the Wild with it was like altered shading and ray tracing also. And it's pretty much like those weird videos that people have remade like Ocarina of Time in Unreal Engine, right? Like those types of
Hmm.
videos that are out there. It kind of gave me that kind of vibe in terms of graphical fidelity, and like the ray tracing is like really amazing, and it's a really cool video. I suggest you guys check it out. It's awesome. But I've been running around in that world. There's still some things that like bug me about that game in terms of like the coloring of certain things, like the blue glows of the shrines. Like it's like this weird blinding blue,
Hmm.
right? And like the pinks, like the bright pinks of the guardians and the like stuff coming off the castle is still like it feels really saturated and makes everything else feel really washed out, you know? But I mean, those are just super minor complaints among this like huge, awesome game. So
It's funny that you mentioned that because I I was thinking of looking at that. Was it No, was it GameCube that they had that Legend of Zelda finding that spider like demo,
oh
or
no, that
was
was the
that
Wii U.
Wii?
That was the Wii U version. That was the
That was
Wii
the Wii.
U tech demo that they showed off.
I want to watch that again, and I want to see it like literally on my TV because I was kind of amazed seeing that tech demo
Hmm.
to be like I wonder if Nintendo could ever reach this possibility of graphics, and
Yeah,
if they did, what would they create in their world,
I know.
in
Like
their
I want to see
universe of games?
like as much as I love my Switch and I love the games on it, like
Hmm.
if you gave Nintendo the power of, like of let's say what the Xbox Series X is, like what kind of game could they build with that tech? You know?
Mm, yeah.
Like if they were just to make one Zelda game or one Metroid game or one Star Fox game. You know what I mean? Like or like an open world
You,
Pikmin game, right? Like
sorry, everybody. This is a side conversation. With the talent that Retro is getting for Metroid,
I know.
insane what they would do with with a Metroid game. Definitely with the is it the art director from Halo?
Yeah.
From 343, to see him do something like that, and then with the guy from EA and just the people that they grabbing, I
Hmm.
would be like, this is going to be the most insane yet dark yet fun game, and it's going to look delightful. I might just be like, I don't even want to press start if the if the title screen looks gorgeous.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just like I really like I don't know. I'm really happy with what the Switch can do, right? Like I'm playing The Witcher, and this is kind of a good segue to talk about The Witcher, right? Like
Mhm.
obviously not the optimal way to play it. Like PC and Xbox One X are probably the best ways to play that game. But at the same time, it's like I'm playing this game on Switch, and I've been playing on my TV, and like I think this game, like just from a technological standpoint, is super impressive on the Switch. Um, I'm really enjoying my time with it. I'm really enjoying going on quests, and I
Mhm.
just, dude, I just completed this quest I've been doing for like 3 days because each quest is like, oh, well, this quest spins off into this quest, and then these quests spin off into these quests, and like it's just like this tumbling kind of thing that's really fun to watch unfold. And I don't know, man. The Witcher is scratching that Breath of the Wild itch, and to me, like I would really love to see that style of that. Like I would love to see Zelda put in that style of world, and I know Breath of the Wild is that, and I honestly like. I kind of feel like the sequel's going to be that as well. Like I feel like the sequel's going to go more in that direction of like
Mhm.
quests and dungeons and stuff as opposed to Breath of the Wild. Although I really love the way Breath of the Wild setups too. I mean, I know they're two totally different games, but like I don't know, man. I'm really loving The Witcher right now. It's really like I wanted to replay Assassin's Creed Odyssey recently,
Yeah.
and The Witcher is really grabbing me in that way. So I'm glad that I got The Witcher for Switch, and it's a game that I would have never completed otherwise. You know, like I mean, we talk about it all the time. Amazing that the Switch can just pop out of the thing, and okay, I'm playing handheld. Oh, I'm gonna pop in the dock. Okay, I'm gonna play on the TV with my controller. You know, like it's just
It's crazy because even though, like, even after you finish The Witcher 3 on Switch, someone else is going to be starting up The Witcher 3 on Switch. Like, people are still playing that game after it's been
I know. I
released.
mean, it's closing in on 1 million copies sold. They said they in 2019 they sold 700,000 copies on Switch, which is pretty decent for a third
Pretty
party
good.
game at this point.
Yeah.
Especially one as old as The Witcher, right? I mean, The Witcher is what 6 years old at this point,
Yeah.
5 6 years old at this point. So, but the last game I've been playing, and Ed, I know you've been playing too, is Animal Crossing.
Yes.
I didn't really know what to expect because I've I don't think I've ever played an Animal Crossing. I know I've never played extensively, but I've never played Animal Crossing. And I wasn't going to get Animal Crossing. But people started posting stuff online. Friend of shows Zombie and Battlebug have been doing Friday night fashion shows in Animal Crossing on their Mixer channels. Like you should go
Yeah.
check them out on Mixer. They're awesome. Zombie will probably be on the show at some time in the next couple weeks to talk about her Animal Crossing fashion shows.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, I gotta at least check it out, and I'm liking it so far. I'm trying not to look anything up, and I know like this game has to take place in real time unless you time travel, but
Yeah.
I just built a house. That's how far I am. So I don't know. I built a house. And
Yeah.
I placed all the tents. I went through and did all the DIY stuff. Well, not all of it, but like progressing through the DIY stuff. I'm learning about Nook Miles. I don't really understand why my pockets fill up so fast.
Yeah.
I need a backpack or something. Do they have backpacks in there that you can carry more stuff?
Uh, you do have backpacks. It gets to a point where you can carry more stuff, but that part I haven't reached. I'm still trying to get nuggets in iron ore to start up the second business for Tom Nook and his twin boys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I've been I've been playing that. It's really interesting. I just built a pole so I could vault over
Hmm.
the waters and stuff. So it's I don't know, man. I don't like I like it. I don't know if I love it yet, but I like it. I'm going to keep playing. I want to see how I can advance. I want to see how I can start like building the town out and everything. I
Yeah.
have Blathers, which is the owl who builds the museum, is in. So it's I don't know. I like it, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm playing it right. I guess you know. I don't know if I'm playing it right. I really don't. So we'll see. So that's kind of all I've been playing on the Switch. On my phone, I've been playing Disney Emoji Blitz. So yeah, that's a interesting game. So speaking of, my free spin is available. Dude, I'm addicted to this game. I haven't spent one penny in it. And it asks me if I like it. Always asks me if I like the game, and I always hit no. And then it like says, "Oh, we're sorry you're not having a good time. Why don't you like it?" I'm like, because you keep asking me for money in this free to play game. And they're like, "Thank you for your inquiry." I'm like, "Shut up! I just let me spin the wheel. I don't even want to play the game. I just wait my 4 hours and spin the wheel every time." So
And everybody, it is true because I'd be like, Corey, what you up to? I'm playing Disney Blitz.
Yeah. So I don't know. I hate this game. So oh,
You hate to love it.
I'm trying to teach myself how to play Minecraft real quick because said person earlier in the show really wants Minecraft. So I'm trying to learn how to play it so I can play it with him. So
You mean play with this person?
yes, or
Yes.
her. It's no. It's I don't know, man. I don't. Minecraft is not for me. I'm just gonna throw that out there. It is not for me at all. So, but I'm trying. I'm doing my best. Everybody, you
It,
do what you must.
and like I said, if Minecraft is not kicking it, there's Dragon Quest Builders too. There is a demo, so
Yeah.
and
So
it's a long demo. So.
yeah. But Ed, what have you been playing? You been playing anything more? Oh wait, no. I've also been playing Arms
Ah,
because I
yes.
re-downloaded it. Like I said, I'm working on something of launch Switch games, and I know Arms wasn't right at launch, but I'm doing like a launch
Release with
window
that
type
launch
thing,
window for the
and
year.
dude, Arms is still really good. Like I think it's pretty underrated. I mean, it's not fantastic or anything, but
Hmm.
it's a good first outing for this franchise. I hope Arms I hope Arms sees some more releases in the future, right? Like I know he's coming to someone's coming to Smash from it. I really hope people play Arms while it's free. Is it still free for like
Yes.
another couple days or something?
Yeah.
I really hope people get to play it because it's a really interesting game, especially like with kids being home from school, right? And they have to do some sort of gym exercise thing, like playing with the Joy Cons and moving around and stuff. Really, you couple that with like Ring Fit and fitness boxing that Nintendo's put
Dude,
out, like that's
it
like a whole exercise regimen right there.
people want more of that Nintendo music for Ring Fit. They
Yeah,
were just like, we gotta have more because they said it's too good.
yeah.
But yeah,
What's in it? Like it's just Splatoon right now, right? And Zelda, right? I think.
it's Mario supposed to be coming. I think it's like three games. I
Yeah.
think Zelda, I think Splatoon and Mario supposed to be coming to it.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Well, I have been playing Arms, and Ribbon Girl is my girl. That's all I have to say. So,
yes.
all right, Ed. Sorry. What are you playing?
No, no.
I opened my Switch to see, like, 'cause I knew I'd been playing something else. So what have you been
Uh,
playing, Ed? Anything fun? Anything
so
interesting? Anything?
and Animal Crossing, like I said, I've been trying to get my iron ore, so I've been doing that. More 3000 duel, trying to get further into that. Um, more Chasm, Bravely Default 2 demo. I have the Legend of Heroes Trials of Cold Steel 3. My friend, he texts me, or he messages me, he's just like, I'm gonna have to get Cold Steel 3 for Switch, even though he has it on PlayStation 4. I was just like, yes. Um, I'm thinking of hopping back into Hop, but I'm thinking of going back to Iconoclast and starting up Divinity Sin, Divinity Original Sin 2 for Switch. I like I said, I got that for um limited run games, and I just haven't started yet. Because like I said, with the non Nintendo stuff, I was working on Control and working on Ori too. And just trying to get that stuff done, and I got Control done. Um, so I'm gonna hook up my Switch, and definitely I'm going to be playing a lot of it because I'm like, man, I got so many games on Switch that I need to get through. And Breath of the Wild is my number one priority now, with Animal Crossing being on the side because I really want to beat Breath of the Wild and be ready for Breath of the Wild 2. But I want to also start Divinity Original Sin and Iconoclast because those are games that still are wrapped up in the case. And I'm just like, I want to spend more time. Even in Harvest Moon, I want to spend more time. and get a lot of stuff done because hey, this backlog challenge is on the road with me, and there's a lot I need to get through. So yes, but that's pretty much all I'm playing at the moment. By the time you guys actually see this, um, I will have my birthday, and I haven't started my no birthday games yet. Uh, but
Ed's birthday.
yes, I am. I am 40 years old, so I kind of want to do like 40 games in 40 days, kind of
Wow.
thing.
Wow.
Like play a certain Switch game that I have, and whether I beat it or not,
Maybe you
I
just should just spend 40 hours in a row playing Breath of the Wild.
I'm already getting guilted by Jesse. I don't need more guilt from you on a consistent
Dude,
basis.
you know Jesse and I are just going to give you a hard time until until you beat it. You know that that's
Yes,
happening.
yes. Jesse is good for guilting me. Ed, you still ain't beat Breath of the Wild, so hush. Be like, don't guilt me. Don't shame me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what those are the games that I've been playing. Um and like I said, I really want to see Breath of the Wild on this
See what you
TV
do
and
later, and then
good good night. I can't even imagine Breath of the Wild 2 on my TV. Just like, well, we'll get into that story. uh so but yeah, that's all I've been playing at this time.
nice, nice. Um. All right. Well, if that's all you're playing, I guess we'll get into some of this news. We have actually a lot to cover here. Uh, like I
Yes.
said, we have a pretty big show. I wasn't expecting to have this much to talk about. We're going to talk about the Cooking Mama Cookstar dramedy, I guess you would say, because it's hilarious
Yes.
and it's a drama, and drama is happening. So, for those who don't know, Cooking Mama Cookstar is a new Cooking Mama game. Was released last week on the eShop for like what I think they said it was on for 2 hours, and then it was pulled, and people were wondering why. So a lot of data miners and stuff were going in trying to figure out why it was pulled, and some people were reporting that based on the publisher's kind of statement on something late last year that doesn't have anything to really do with this game. They're talking about a blockchain strategy for their games, which is like I don't know, it's some kind of weird way to kind of get investors excited about stuff. I don't know. I was kind of listening to Giant Bomb talk about it, and it's like a way to get investors excited without actually really doing anything, I guess, like
Yeah.
theoretically. So, and they were talking about cryptocurrency in that same statement, and people were thinking that, you know, Cooking Mama was going to use your Switch to mine cryptocurrency, which is like, if you're gonna mine cryptocurrency, you shouldn't do it on a Switch anyway, because like the processing power is terrible
Yes.
to do that. So yeah, so there's that. But the real story is that Cooking Mama Cookstar was not up to the quality of the IP holder, because it wasn't developed by the IP holder. It was developed by an outside source who mainly does Cabela's games and educational games. So this game was not up to snuff with them, but they submitted the game to Nintendo without going through the IP holder and stuff first, and the IP holder told them to take it down, so they did, and that's basically the story. But what's your take on this drama of Cooking Mama, Cooking Mama
I
drama?
I was literally confused and bewildered because I was just like, in all of the history of Cooking Mama, what the world is going on with this game? Like, first of all, I didn't even know there was a new Cooking Mama coming out, or I must have forgot watching it or forget it being announced. When they said that the game is pulled off and it was cryptocurrency, and then the publishers and the developer was fighting, And then all of this other stuff. I'm like, what is happening? Like, this is Cooking Mama, a game about cooking, uh, in a sense. And it's just like, first of all, I thought Xe had it, but I guess that's not the case. Um, I was just like wondering what the heck is the true story to this. Because I know a lot of people. I feel like this is going to be happening. When everything is done and said, people going is probably documenting this, and someone's going to do a YouTube video to get down to the nitty gritty and the truth of this. But some people got the physical copies. They showed it on Twitter. Um, People who had the digital version, I guess they still could play it. Um, but yeah, this has I've never seen a game that had this much problem and craziness to it in a long time.
Yeah, it's insane. It's so insane. I don't know, man. It's man. I don't know. I'm glad like this cryptocurrency thing wasn't
Mhm.
real, right? Obviously, because it's kind of like, oh boy, this is gonna be bad. Uh, but yeah, I'm glad that this has just turned out to kind of be nothing, really. I know there are reviews out there. I know there's physical copies out there that might be worth something someday. Just throwing that out there. If you find a copy of Cookie Mama physically, you might want to hold on to it for about a decade, and then turn around and sell it. But
I'm
people are
surprised.
reviewing this game, and Nintendo Life reviewed it. Definitely, their their review is their tagline is undercooked, and it got a 3 out of 10 on
It should have stayed in the oven a little bit longer.
yeah. So I mean, I think they're gonna try to fix it, or kind of put more development time into it and see where it goes. But I don't know. It's it's interesting. So, but we're gonna move on to the next story. Our next story is it's coming from GamesIndustry.biz. Nintendo says more systems are on the way as Switch sells out worldwide. Major retailer says that some customers are picking up PS4 and Xbox One instead, which is sad because people want Switches right now. I mean,
Hmm.
look, there's stuff to play obviously on Xbox and PlayStation right now,
Yes.
but people want Animal Crossing. People want their Switches, man, and I don't blame them. Switch is a great console. Obviously, we do a whole podcast about it, but I'm gonna read this some of this article real quick, and then we'll talk about it. Nintendo insists that more stock is on the way as Switch console supply dries up globally because of the coronavirus pandemic. The firm issued a note to Japanese customers yesterday stating that only those who had reserved a Switch console, including the new Animal Crossing Special Edition, would be receiving their units this week. Standard shipping to retailers was not going ahead, and there was no information on whether there would be any following this week either. The firm's official position is that stock shipments have been, quote, delayed. It's a situation that's reflected globally, with the standard Switch console almost entirely sold out across Europe and the U.S. Sales of the Switch games and consoles have plummeted over the past 2 weeks, according to the latest figures of GFK and GSD. There is still some availability of Nintendo Switch Lite. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people post Switch Lite. Switch Lites are available at Best Buy. Switch Lites are available at Target, like on their websites and stuff. So Switch is hard to get right now, man. It's, I mean, it's, I mean, the situation is unfortunate, but you know, it's still a hot system, right? And it would be selling more if there were more available.
And you would think that Sony and Microsoft would try to take advantage of this. That okay, you know, we a lot of our systems we sold fast, we did good, but we could sell more. Because now since Switch is not really out there, you know, let's try to get our let's remind people our sisters in our games and everything. Um, and I think people were just like, well, I don't need to get a PlayStation. I don't need to get an Xbox because none of their games suit me. There's something about Nintendo games that may be my kind of style of gaming. I'm just saying for customers and some of the people out there who are casual gamers or people who love to play games, but they can't really play Gears of War or they don't really want to go online and do play Overwatch and stuff like that. They may feel like Nintendo offers a great single player experience with some of their Nintendo games and some of the third party indies because it really feels like people who who do want to get a Switch and who do want to show off Animal Crossing, even though they may not play it, they may feel like if I get the Switch, I get this Animal Crossing, I feel like I'm included with the people on social medias, and so I'll be able to be like, hey. Here's my town. It's open. Here's some cherries if you need it. Come visit. Let's hang out. Let's have fun. That's probably what some people are thinking. Then go back and play Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart, and other games. Um, you know, so it's just weird that Microsoft and Sony is just not like it's not like, hey, get it here you go. We got Xbox One X or we got Slims still available, and we'll give you guys 4 months of Game Pass. You can also check
Yeah.
out some of this first party stuff, like really market it. And like Sony, even though they're quiet and trying to focus on PS5, you guys have a system that has sold a ton, so you might want to push more so you can make that historic number. Um, and it just seems like they're not doing it. So,
Yeah.
uh, but it's good to know that Nintendo is at least trying, and
I mean, at
bec
least they let people know, right? Like, I mean,
right,
I'm sure unless you're been living under a rock for a while, like I'm sure, I'm sure everybody knows that the coronavirus is taking over the world. But unless you've been living under a rock, like I'm glad Nintendo has let consumers know, hey, we're having trouble with stock right now, but it's coming back. I mean, supply chains were. I mean, a lot when stuff's manufactured in China, right? Like
yeah,
it's
and
really hard
because
when China shuts down to get stuff out.
stuff out, and they literally just like started opening up some places and factories. Because they got their quarantine stuff under control, and they slowly are opening factories and stuff. So once they are able to run their businesses again, we're gonna see a ton of switches and stuff. And it'll be good for us because if we're still under quarantine and people somehow get their stimulus check or people who are working or somehow making still getting money, they could go and get them a Switch and then bring it home with some games, play some free demos, or even hook it up and play Fortnite, or pay the $20 for the Nintendo Switch Online and revisit some Nintendo and Super Nintendo games with friends around the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you're looking for a Switch, Target and Best Buy have Switch lights in. It's just the turquoise and gray ones right now. But if you're listening to this and you want a Switch and you're looking for one, they are available at Best Buy and Target as of this recording. So order online. Maybe you can get in-store pick or out of store drop-off pickup. I don't know how it works.
Hmm.
What do they call it? Curbside drop-off or whatever. So, all right, on to the next story. We're going to talk a little bit about the Lego Super Mario sets. This story comes from Game Informer. Lego Super Mario starter set and expansions detailed. Experience Mario in a new way this August. Lego and Nintendo have announced details about Lego's Super Mario line, including the starter and expansion sets, all available on August 1st. The Adventures with Mario starter set can be pre-ordered on the Lego website now for $59.99. A reconfigurable starter set that features extra functionality, including Mario's ability to collect virtual coins, emit sounds, and make facial expressions, and more. The starter set connects to sold separately expansions, including the Piranha Plant Power Slide, for $29.99 and Bowser's Castle Boss Battle for $99.99. Sets, according to Lego, the starter set is required to, quote, unlock the expansions.
And the crazy thing about it is, majority of that is already sold out.
Yeah. Dude, this Mario looks weird. The Lego Mario. Like,
Hmm.
it just looks weird. But I think the Lego stuff looks really cool.
Yes.
I kind of want it, but I know A, there's nowhere to put it in my house, and B, I have a 1.5-year-old that would probably either A, knock it over and think it's hilarious, or choke on one of the pieces, and I'm not risking either of those. So,
Yes, you don't need Dr. Mario actually coming to save the day.
right. So, all right, moving on. Let's move through these because we've got an interesting topic to go through, and we have a couple questions from the question block if we have time. So, this comes from IGN. The mythical sword and shield Pokemon Zarude has a powerful new healing ability. More details about the mythical Pokemon Zarude have been revealed, including its signature ability, Jungle Healing. When Zarude hits level 90, it can learn Jungle Healing, which is unique to the Pokemon. The Grass-type move is hugely potent area of effect heal, which not only restores HP to Zarude and an ally Pokemon, but also cures any status and condition. The Pokemon Company notes that the move will be exclusive to Zarude and Sword and Shield, but that future Pokemon games may allow other Pokemon to learn the ability. Cool.
Interesting.
I still want to try. I still want to try this game out, but I know that I would fall off of it. I just still want to play it.
Yeah, I need to pop it back in and
Finish
it.
I'll get there eventually, dude. I'll get there. So, all right, our next story, small story. Nintendo Switch update data maintenance scheduled for later this month. Not a stability update then, says Nintendo Life. Nintendo has confirmed an upcoming spot of network maintenance, which could have a minor impact on Switch's online services. On Monday, April 20th, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Pacific Time, maintenance is planned for the, quote, distribution of update data. What that means exactly is unclear, although Nintendo notes that during the maintenance window, network services may be unavailable. We should point out that this doesn't necessarily mean we'll see in the next major system firmware update or anything similar, but still it is worth keeping the date in mind and plans on any online gameplay or eShop browsing on those times. So, Nintendo Switch get another update. Can we get other themes besides black and white, please? Can I just get like a Zelda theme? Or somebody did this really cool layout where it kind of looks like a Netflix style layout where like the box art is like the full length of the screen, and it has like a really cool like simplistic font that just like a gradient background and a font that's just like real simple, like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and like it just looks really clean and kind of sexy, and I'm just like, oh, I fell in love with that so hard. It kind of looks a little bit like if you guys watch Mixer or anything, like it kind of has that blue gradient to it.
Yeah.
But man, it's just like, if you guys can find, just look up like Photoshop Nintendo Switch themes, you'll probably find it. It just looks, dude, I want something like that because it looks better than the Xbox theme, the Xbox dashboard. It looks better than the PlayStation dashboard. It just looks really clean and nice, and you can see the box art of the game. You can see it's just really cool. So I would love to see an updated dashboard, because as clean as this is, like, I would like to customize my front page of games that I'm going to play all the time, or games I'm currently playing. I don't necessarily need folders, but I would like to at least say, okay, I want to pin these games to the front of my system.
Yeah, dude, I still want those 3DS like backgrounds, like desktop. Like
You gonna collect those 3DS stickers that you can just place on your dashboard where the games go?
Yeah, I guess so. But like, paying the 2.99 or 1.99, or sometimes even sales, getting third party and stuff, like those little theme things
Hmm.
that you had, and then at the bottom of your 3DS, I would love to have that because like I love my Smash Brothers ones, but that breath, not the Breath of the Wild, the Legend of Zelda one, I'm just like, this is super beautiful, and I want more of that. And then like I would love to have the theme music play.
Yeah,
When you cut it on, you get to select theme music for your Switch.
yeah,
Think it would be cool.
yeah, for
Like
sure.
I would pay $2 to get the actual Wii music back on my Switch. Do 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 do. I would love to have that back on my Switch.
Yeah. All right, we're done with the news. Not a lot of big news, but you know, you gotta talk about something. You know, so
Yes.
speaking of talking about something, Ed, we have a really interesting topic that I know a lot of people are probably, looking for games to play. Maybe they're on a budget, but, they want games that are going to last them longer. I read a really unique article on Game Informer. It's how the stay at home order has changed my gaming habits.
Hmm.
It's a really good read. I hope people can go look at that, read that. It's really interesting. It's called "The Pandemic is Changing My Gaming Habits and Tastes." It's by Andrew Reiner, longtime Game Informer writer and editor. So definitely check that out. It's really interesting to read. It's this is something that's changing all of our lives right now, and this is just another example. So
Yes.
we have come up with a top 5 list of games that we would play while quarantined at home. I think mine are going to be pretty simple. Mine are pretty
I
pretty
already see you.
straight. Mine are
I see your fine.
Yeah, mine are pretty straightforward. I mean, I'm a pretty boring person when it comes to just playing games, I guess, but these are the games that I would be playing while I was at home. But Ed, we're just going to volley back and forth. Five,
Okay.
four, three, two, one. You can go first. What's your number 5 game of your quarantine list?
So my number 5 game of the quarantine list is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I think because there's so many things that you could do in this game. Whether you have roommates or you're playing with family or you are playing with friends around. I know a lot of people say that the lag is affecting the game, but there's a lot of stuff to do in Smash Brothers, and try to unlock everything would take you hours and upon hours, days upon days. So it would keep you busy if you're able to play that game. So Super Smash Brothers Ultimate is my number 5, and the DLC if you guys are able to get it.
Yeah.
Um,
BCav in the YouTube chat, he asks, "Who do you?" He says, "Let's go. What do you main? Who's your main character in Smash?"
Mine is Samus, Zero Suit Samus. I main in I main in it.
Nice. For me in Smash, I mained Link for a long time. Like pretty much since the N64 version, Link has been my go-to. But when the Wii U version came out, I thought that King Dedede was so stupid and ridiculous that I was like, if I can get good with him, people can, laugh at me when I pick him or whatever. But if I can get good with King Dedede, it's gonna be awesome. So I've been maining King Dedede since then. But I've also been kind of like messing around with other characters. I
Hmm.
do actually really like Byleth a lot. I played with her a little bit a couple weeks ago. Just when she came out, well, she, whatever. You can pick whoever, but Byleth to me is female. So when I played
Uh,
her, I like I like the fact that she's just not another sword character. Like, yeah, okay, Sword of the Creator she has, but like there's a bow, there's, ranged attacks, there's up close attacks, there's sword attacks. Like she's very, ranged
mhm.
in that way, and I like that. I also have been I also played a lot of Mario actually, which is interesting because like I never really thought Mario. I was like, Whenever I play something like Smash or Mario Kart or Mario Tennis or whatever, I always it's that almost like that Goldeneye mentality where like if you're playing multiplayer, you don't want to play as Bond because like you just think Bond is like he's the overpowered character or whatever. Like
Yes.
you think that. I don't know if it's actually true or not, but so I always try to stay away from Mario. But I actually started playing as Mario, and Mario is actually a really solid character. I wish Banjo turned out better. Like I like that Banjo's in the game, but
Mm.
I haven't used Banjo enough. But I also don't really. There's a couple moves that I don't really care for. So you know, but yeah, Smash, good choice, especially with the Spirit Board and that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, I my second person that I made is Ryu, because I am a big Street Fighter um enthusiast and I love the Street Fighter series. Uh, I, yeah, I play him the original way in Smash. I don't, and he's just fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's your number five, Corey?
Uh, Speaking of Byleth, my number five is Fire Emblem Three Houses. It's a pretty boring answer, I know, but it's basically three games in one. Or well, really four at this point. With the multiple paths you can go through on the Black Eagles, or there's two paths that way, and then the other two houses have their own path. So it's basically three games in one. I love strategy RPGs, and this just kind of cements it. I love Fire Emblem Three Houses. I actually I actually started the DLC a couple weeks ago,
Hmm.
and it really made me want to go back into the game and play it. So I don't know. It's gonna be a weird week, man. I might be playing. I mean, like I said, I already played Arms this week, so yeah, anything's possible.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, you might find me playing like Splatoon or Mario Party. Don't think I won't play Mario Party. I'll stream Mario Party. If anybody wants me to play Mario Party in the chat on stream, type it. I'll play single player Mario Party, and you can come join in. And if I don't know, we'll make some sort of
Is
dumb
it
game
on?
out of it.
Does it have online functionality or it's just
No,
all
it does
local?
not. It's so dumb. I don't understand why Mario Party.
Uh,
Like this is the version to have online, dude. Like I don't
yes,
understand. Like because I would love to play with you and Jesse. Like we just stream an hour and a half of Mario Party or something.
yes, yes.
Man. So, but yeah, Fire Emblem Three Houses. I love that game. So, anyways, Ed, are you guys on Twitch right now? We're on Twitch, Mixer, and YouTube right now. So BCAV. So if you want to follow us anywhere there, you can. Although within the next few weeks, Nintendo Power Block is going to have. We're going to have our own channels. We're starting to come up with new things to do with Nintendo Power Block specifically. We're still under Boss Rush, the Boss Rush banner, obviously, but we're like
Yes.
Ed and I have been talking about doing other content with Nintendo Power Block, so we're going to be kind of, episode 200 is going to be a pretty big announcement episode for us. So, we're gonna have new channels for that. But yes, we are on Twitch under Boss Rush Games Live. You can go there. We're also on Mixer at Boss Rush Games Live, and then obviously you can follow our personal Mixer and Twitch channels too. So, but yeah, we are on Twitch right now. So,
Yes.
anyways, Ed, what's your number 4 game?
My number four game is Overcooked 2.
Oh boy,
And this is a game to like really make you laugh if you're feeling down. And, you feel like you and your roommates are not getting along and you guys want to work some things out. Overwatch 2 is there. Now, you might say, but that brings up more frustration. No, no, not Overwatch, I'm sorry. Overcooked 2 delivers some of the best comedy and the best communication to give. Um, just working and just laughing and going through all the different boards and changing it up. Like it's a good way to be like, you know, it's a good way to be working as a team. So whether you're playing with friends or family within the house that you guys are quarantining with, Overcooked 2 is a lot of fun and a lot of laughter and everything. If you feel like it's gonna bring you anxiety or stress, just know that it does it. Everybody is working together. So if you help another person is helping you. And the more you guys help out each other, the more you communicate and get things out. It you feel good when you become successful and you guys pass the level. It's such a great game. So Overcooked 2 is my number four.
Yeah, I have never played Overcooked. I should. I know it's a game a lot of people like, but
Oh, it's a bearer of laughs.
yeah. So my number four game is Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Uh, Again, another strategy kind of RPG in the vein of XCOM. If you haven't played it, it's literally $7.50 on Switch right now. If you have not played it, what are you doing for that price? What are you doing? The gold edition is $19.99, which gives you the Donkey Kong DLC, which is almost even better than the original game. Please play it. It's so good. I want a sequel to that game so bad. I Next week I'm actually going to start. I'm going to stream it a little bit actually because I want to finish. I have a whole list of games that I want to play next week on stream. I will be streaming next week because I'm off work. So Mario plus Rabbids is one of those games. I don't care for the Rabbids really at all,
Hmm.
but there's just enough in there for them not to be annoying and just give you a little chuckle that, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not overbearing like they used to be when, like, remember when Rayman Raving Rabbids came out for Wii, and like
Yes.
those commercials were just everywhere, and they were like those commercials were just everywhere and you couldn't get them to stop. They would pop up before YouTube videos, they would pop up everywhere, and you were just like, what is happening? Why are these everywhere? And you just wanted to get away from them. It's like, it's not like that anymore. They're just like, just enough that it's just like, okay, that's funny. So, but
I have that game and I played it and laughed.
I think Jesse's the only one that's finished it out of us four, right? Like, I'm pretty sure Jesse's the
I'm
only
talking
one.
about the Wii game, the
Oh,
Raymond Rabbits.
oh.
Oh yeah, Jesse out of out of Mario and Rabbids, yeah, Jesse's the only one that finished it.
Well, I bought Red Steel and Zelda. Not, I didn't buy Rayman Raving Rabbits. So,
Uh,
man, dude, what a dumb console. All right. Anyways, Ed, what's your number three game?
so for that solo player who really is just spending time in their room or in the house and can't really go nowhere or really do anything, um, if you have the money, I should say, to pick up this game, Dragon Quest 11. It's 100 plus hours. This is the definitive edition.
I
The
almost put that game on
soundtrack.
my list. I almost did, but I'm like, I bet
Mhm.
Ed's gonna have it on his list, so I'll just pass.
Yeah, this game is phenomenal. You think that of course you'll do a lot of grinding, but man, it's really worth it. It would take you maybe a month and a half to beat this game, and you got other endings, other characters. Like they added a lot of stuff to this game, and normally you can find a sale on it or anything. Uh, it's just such a great game. So Dragon Quest 11 is my number three. I highly recommend it. If you don't have The Witcher 3 and you don't have Zelda, this is one of the best JRPGs I could definitely recommend.
Yeah, definitely. I love what I played so far. I want to get back to it, but I want to finish The Witcher first before I start another
Hmm.
big RPG like that. So, uh,
Yeah.
it's after I finish The Witcher, Dragon Quest is my next RPG. So, speaking of RPGs, my number three game is not one. It's I couldn't just put Tetris, so I put Puyo Puyo Tetris. But really just the Tetris portion of Puyo Puyo Tetris, and really just like at the main menu when it says play adventure and then it says Puyo Puyo mixed or Tetris, you just pick Tetris and you just play Tetris. I love Tetris. I mean, I think that anybody who's played Tetris knows that Tetris is pretty much the perfect video game. Like you can't like it's so simple and just so perfect that like it's always going to be on my top 5 video games list. Just always. Because Tetris is just so perfect and good. I don't really have anything else to say about it. It's just like Tetris has been in my life for 30 years at this point. 31, 32, whenever I got my Game Boy, I think 89. Like it's just there all the time.
Yes.
And no matter what system I own, well, no matter what Nintendo system I own, I have
Yeah.
to
Tetris,
I
yeah.
have to have a version of Tetris on that system, right? Game Boy, I have it. You know, NES, I have a cartridge of Tetris.
Yeah.
N64, I have Tetrisphere.
I didn't get that one, but
Not a great version of Tetris, but it's there.
yes.
Uh, 3DS, DS.
The DS one is so good,
Yeah,
dude.
Tetris DS is really
DS,
good.
yeah. I was playing that like almost every morning, every night, like for 2 hours.
I even bought when I had a Vita before it died. Like I even had the sad Ubisoft version of Tetris on there.
Ooh.
I mean, the base Tetris was fine, but like that was like a really strange version of Tetris that just like yeah, yeah, whatever.
And even though this is the non Nintendo Tetris effect, really good. Really, I played the demo and I'm like loving this. Really
Yeah,
satisfied. I think it was Q Games or I think that's that Q Games. Um,
yeah,
Mizuguchi, who does a lot of games with music. Yeah.
yeah. So so Tetris is my number 3 game. Ed, what's your next game on here?
So my number 2 game, I mean my number 4 game. Sorry about that. Uh, no, number 2. I'm sorry. My number 2 game. Definitely for those who like a good Metroidvania game. I know some people said this is overdoing it. People who know me know that this is one of my favorite games. It's Iconoclast, and the reason why I mention Iconoclast is a great quarantine game is that this game has a deep story. And
Iconoclast is great.
yeah, dude.
Also on sale right now on Switch, by the way.
Oh yes. Um, it has a nice 16-bit cave story kind of style to it. It got great writing. It's really hilarious at points and stuff. But the more you play the game, like this is a really long. This is longer than Axiom Verge, and you really find out what is really going on this world. There's a lot of boss fights in here, like and a lot of secrets and everything. And it's such a fun game. It's a mixture of case story and those who know their treasure. Um, uh what's the Shakem game for mission makers? It's a mix of mission makers and cave story. And now for some of you guys you might not know mission makers on N64, but the look and the feel and the style of it kind of resembles a little bit of Iconoclast mixed with cave story. It's such a great game, and if you love Metroidvanias, if you have not played this game, it was designed by one person. They did the animation, the coding, the music. They did it all. I think it took them 6 to 7 years to make this game, and it's worth every penny that you pay. So my number 2 game is Iconoclast.
Nice. Yeah, it's a great pick. That game is really really the art style in that game and like the surprise story that's in there is like really good, and it's just it's a wonderful game.
Yes.
I'm glad it's on your list. My number 2 game is The Witcher. It's such a big RPG that you can just kind of just I don't know. I'm playing on easy, and you can really just sink a lot of time into that and go on random quests and like find stuff and it's just really an awesome game. I'm loving it, man. I don't really know what I'm doing. I haven't really tried a lot of the crafting stuff yet. I'm trying to play the game as like a nice guy, so I've kind of been refusing
Mhm.
payment from people, but in turn I can't buy anything cuz I don't have any money. So, it's really fun. I love it. Uh Again, I don't really know what else I can say about The Witcher right now. It's just really, really awesome. So, uh, but BCav in the chat says that he just got his Switch Lite and that he's playing Splatoon, uh, hoping to change it for a normal Switch after the quarantine. He really wants to try Xenoblade Definitive Edition. That game, if it was out, it would be on my list.
Yes.
BCav. Xenoblade Chronicles 1 is an amazing JRPG.
Yes.
You're going to love it. I do recommend playing 2 if you don't want to wait, but 1 is definitely better than 2, I would say. At least the characters are better. The world is is interesting, more interesting in a different way than 2. 2 I think is still really interesting, but Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is going to be awesome. I am like extremely stoked for that game. So, but Ed, what's your number one quarantine game?
So,
Well, I
uh,
guess that sounds weird.
my number one quarantine games, definitely is Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. You can play it in bite size, definitely when you're eating or you just listening to a
When
podcast
you're
like
eating.
Pablo. Because you're going in solving puzzles and stuff like that. And you're figuring a way on how to get around this isometric, writing on the little cart thing in first person and stuff, and just doing different things in that game, like and being to play as Toad and Toadette and getting to the end of those chapters and definitely trying to get all those diamonds and getting like the highest ranking would take you a while, and it literally sucks you in. You think it's a short game, but it's not.
I
You
mean, things
really
just
go
keep
back.
unlocking and stuff. Like
Yeah.
I've been toying with the idea of letting my nephew is having a birthday party here, and I'm trying to get a bunch of like fun multiplayer games to play while he's here. And like I'm thinking like Super Mario Party. Uh, I was like maybe 1-2 Switch, but like I'm like, do I really want to do that? But Captain Toad's definitely on there. Like Captain Toad is such an awesome, especially because they added like the Mario Odyssey levels now, and the 2-player co-op mode, and the extra chapter challenge that's $5. Like Captain Toad, man, good pick, Ed.
Yes. It's such a good game. I love it.
Yeah, it's an awesome game for sure. But my number one is no surprise is Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
Dude, I think about that game every like at least 3 or 4 times a week. I can't. It's been 3 years
3
now,
years. Yeah, it's officially been 3
and
years.
I still think about that game every day, man. Like I think about it all the time. Like to the point I'm gonna play it again, and like to get around the starting over on Switch. I actually thought about playing it on
Hmm.
Wii U. There's a giant spider
Ooh.
on your wall, and it just crawled right back up your wall. It was super scary.
Oh,
Is it your pet or something? You
yeah.
keeping it? You keeping it?
Yeah. I don't deal with bother with the spiders. Spiders don't bother me. I don't bother them. We work in unison and we keep it moving.
That was creepy. I just saw it crawl down on the screen. I'm like, whoa. But anyways, yeah, Breath of the Wild, man. The shrines and searching for the Korok seeds, and just upgrading your armor and your weapons. Like for me, I want to go back and play the game now that I know like how the systems work and all that. Like it's just definitely one of those games that you're going to be playing for forever. It's going to be, to me, this is as big of a, I compare it to how I felt about Super Mario 64. We've
Hmm.
talked about it on this show before.
Yes.
and just how like sometimes you like are trying to play a game and you want to be into it and you're not sure if you're like into it or not, or you're not sure if you're falling out of in love with games because maybe you're just growing out of it, or maybe you're just tired of them or whatever. And then you get a game every once in a while just like this. And I've had what, two games like or three games this generation so far,
Yeah.
like within the last few years that have just been like these are games. This is why I love video games, right? And Breath of the Wild is one, Assassin's Creed Odyssey is one, and Horizon Zero Dawn are the games that are just kind of like, I love games. I just, I need to play games that are for me instead of trying to play everything, right? Like
Yeah.
that's been a really hard thing for me to focus on, is like playing games that I really like to play instead of like experimenting, because like got to be on budget and all this crap. But like Zelda is definitely, man, I cannot wait for our expansion pack talk next week on this. Like,
Do it. Let's do it. We we
well,
talked about the book
we
club.
we have
We
time.
talked.
We have time. So
I know, but we literally just need to pop it in and just have a record discussion, just
yeah,
like for just yeah.
yeah,
I do have some honorable mentions though. Corey,
yeah.
I don't know if you have some.
I do, but we'll go over yours because we have a couple questions in the question block.
Uh,
Also in the chat, if you guys have questions you want us to answer during our question block segment, you can go ahead and type them in the chat, and we'll try to get to them. So
yes. Some of my honorable mentions is Gree. Definitely play that, everybody. Murder by Numbers. This is a mix of Phoenix Wright game, mystery, and Picross. It's super funny. The writing is some of the best of 2020. Like, it's already in my Game of the Year nominations without a single doubt. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy. You get 3 games for, I think, like $30. And they're really great long games, really funny. The Contra collection for those who want something arcadey and old school, and it's very difficult. And last but not least, if Minecraft is not for you, like I mentioned earlier, Dragon Quest Builders 2. So those are just my 5 for this quarantine stuff.
nice. Okay, so a couple of my honorable mentions. Box Boy and Box Girl. Well,
Yes.
any of the Box Boy games. Even if you have a 3DS, those games are amazing. Just fun little puzzle games. The newest one has over 270 puzzles that you should definitely be checking out. N++, if you're looking for extremely challenging platforming, the N++ has over, what I think we counted, like 800 levels. That then they added the whole first game back in for like something like 1400 levels or something ridiculous. That's definitely something you should be playing if you are into extreme platforming. Let's see, I had one more on here. Shovel Knight, the Treasure Trove collection. All 5 of those games are amazing. It's just, man, you should be playing
Yes.
Shovel Knight. If you're not playing Shovel Knight, I don't know. We can't be friends. So, so yeah. Also, Hook, because why not?
Oh yes.
All right. We're going to get into our question block segment. Remember, you can email the show at nintendopowblock@gmail.com with the subject header question block to have your question read on the show, or join us live on Twitch, Mixer, and YouTube for our live shows and ask your question in the chat. We're going to get into the question block here. Our first question comes from longtime listener Megan Green.
Yes.
She asks, do you think we're going to see delays on Switch games due to Japan's state of emergency? Ed, you and I talked about this the other day.
Yes.
So basically, Japan's equivalent to the ESRB, which over there is called Zero, they are in a state of shutdown right now. So any game that is being submitted between now and May 6th will not be rated for a Japanese release, and so you won't be able to get, like, it might delay games, but also like Japan is in a work from home situation as well, and I know what show was I listening to the other day? One of the shows I was listening to said that Nintendo specifically was really struggling to find a way to make development easier on their devs at home because of the way that dev kits work over there, and they don't want people taking assets home to work on and stuff because it's not in a secure location, stuff like that. So
Yes.
I expect we're going to see a bunch of delays. Maybe on games that we don't know about yet, obviously, but like I think we're going to see some delays. Now, for me, I think that Nintendo has enough games like either ready to come out that they're sitting on, or they can have someone port games over, someone like Panic Button or Iron Galaxy or Grezzo who did the Zelda ports. I think that they have enough waiting to go on Switch that they can just port some games over and they'll be fine, right? Also, the Mario stuff that's rumored to come out later this year, I'm sure is already finished and ready to go. Like, I think they're fine that way. But yeah, I think that we're gonna see a lot of games get delayed, even outside of Nintendo.
I, d- I don't think we're going to see a delay here. Um, and only reason
Well,
why is
maybe delay is the wrong word. I just
well,
think like games that they maybe wanted to announce, they're gonna hold
mhm.
off on because you know maybe they're not going to be ready in time for what they wanted to have, so they're going to have to like change their strategy a little bit.
They I think I think yes. Because they what they'll probably do is that they'll probably shoot new scenes or and do new voiceovers to be like spring of 2021 or winter 2020. Like they won't now pinpoint dates for stuff that they want to announce. Um, because they a lot of their games have to go through Treehouse to get localized. Um, their delays in games in Japan it's probably still going to be on track for us. So they're probably still going to be writing scripts, getting voices, and doing things at Treehouse. Once Treehouse gets up and running, once I think things calm down, we'll be good to go. Because in Japan, with the state of emergency, they're the gangs that's in limbo, if you want to look at it that way, is the stuff that's going to be rated for Japan only,
Yeah.
nothing for us. Um, Japan would get Japan would get their games before we get ours, because there's some of the Japanese games that they have that we don't, that Nintendo has released or Square Enix and them have released. And even if you go back and look at Japan's Nintendo Direct, you may not understand the language or anything, but some of those games that got published by Nintendo never came here, or Square Enix or Konami and stuff. They
Hmm.
never came. They never came here. Um, the most we will see is that if there's going to be a game from Nintendo that's going to be being released worldwide, those are going to be the delays. But that delay is because they are localizing the game, and then once it's localized and it gets rated by each country and whatever, then that game will come out for everybody. But that would be the only reason why we had that delay. Is definitely for America's the localization and then the rating, and that's it. So I don't think we'll miss out on what Nintendo stuff. Like you said, Corey, what they got planned is probably already in motion and stuff.
Hmm.
We got stuff coming up until June or July. We don't know what's coming out for the fall and for the winter. So if there's any delays for new games, okay, yes, I could see that. But we'll be fine if we get ports. If we get a Metroid Prime port, if we get a 3D Mario port, if we get an Eternal Darkness port, well, we get some and then we got NES and SNES online.
Well, there's
We
still
got
plus there's still a bunch of like Wii and Wii U games that I'm sure they'd like to port over maybe at some
Yeah.
point, and maybe they'll just push those ahead. Like, I don't know. I know, like, Wonderful 101's coming out soon. Xenoblade obviously is getting the definitive edition that we talked about earlier.
Hmm.
That 35th anniversary Mario type stuff and a new Paper Mario sounds awesome, right? Like, I know that Paper Mario stuff's been rumored since last year, so that game's probably already
Yes.
almost done. Plus, like you said, games are already done that Nintendo sits on. Nintendo likes to finish game. We've seen it this gen, not necessarily the Wii U, but like, we've seen it a lot where Nintendo will have games finished and just sit on it and put it out at the time that they feel is right. Right?
Yeah.
Like, Mario Odyssey was supposed to be a Wii U game. Breath of the Wild was a Wii U game. Arms, I'm sure, was in development with the Wii remotes, right? Like, these games have been in development for the Wii U, and they pushed them at launch to the Switch, and we saw a really nice cadence of releases ever since then. Even up until now, there's been something, sort of big every 6 to 8 weeks since the Switch released, and that's really nice to see. So, plus indies and third party games and all kinds of stuff. Like, people forget, like, 2K is about to dump like half their catalog on the Switch in May. So,
And depending on how you feel about the story that came out about Gearbox,
yeah,
you
well,
you,
we talked
you
about it last week, but yeah,
yeah.
I mean, it's I don't know, man. It's gonna be really, really interesting to see what Nintendo has up their sleeve this holiday and this fall and this, at the end of summer. So we'll see, but I don't expect any like real delays, right? About games that we know about. I do expect some shifts in plans from a lot of developers just to make sure everybody stays safe, because like that's the most important thing, right? Is like developers are safe and we have enough games to play. I mean, look at our backlogs. Like, Ed, I sent you my backlogs.
Yes.
So yeah. All right, we're gonna move into this chat here, our YouTube chat. Kevin Wayne asks, "There's a rumor that there's a new Mario Kart game. What do you think about that?" I would love a new Mario Kart game. I hope they take the Smash approach and just add all the characters to it. They're almost getting there already with Splatoon and Link and Animal Crossing characters in there. Let's get some Star Fox in there. Let's get some Metroid characters in there. Let's get
If
Kid Icarus in there. Let's do it.
if they do a Mario Kart 9, I think it probably won't be until like next year or 2020. I don't think Nintendo's in a
It is
rush to get another
2020, Ed.
22. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that, everybody. I don't think Nintendo's going to be rushing Mario Kart um
Especially because
at this moment.
Mario Kart 8's still selling really well. Like,
Yeah.
I as much as I would love a new Mario Kart, because I've been playing Mario Kart 8 since 2014. Like, I would love a new Mario Kart, but considering we're in the minority of owning Wii U's and Mario Kart 8's still selling well, I would guess a new Mario Kart in like a year or two, honestly. Like, I don't think it's going to be this year. I really don't. I wish you could set up Paper Mario and Mario Kart 9 at the end of this year with the remasters. Would be an awesome fall lineup,
Hmm.
but I don't know. There was some traction earlier this year that there's a big game that involves tires, was like a really weird thing. But there was a rumor that Mario Kart 9 is in development, but I don't know. I would love to see it this year, but Mario Kart 8 is still selling so well that I
Yeah.
don't really see it this year, at least. Maybe next year.
And knowing Nintendo, they want to have a Mario Kart system. They want to get some special Joy Cons, and maybe
They want that
uh
checkered flag dock.
not Lego, but Labo. They may want a Labo set with Mario Kart. Might get
I
a
mean,
Labo too,
they
right?
already have that, right? Though they have the steering wheel
Yeah,
and the pedals and all
but
that stuff.
they may do a new one, like a update one for it.
Do they have any Labo in development right now? I don't think so.
Um, at this point in time, they probably do, but they just haven't said nothing about it.
Yeah,
Uh,
I wonder if they'll do more with Ring Fit. honestly.
I think they will.
Yeah. So, all right, we're gonna move on to our final question of the game, or of the show. Wow, I'm dude. It's way past my bedtime. Uh, our last question comes from Greg Osterman the third. He asks, with the Mario game seemingly leaked for Switch last week, what other franchise do you expect to get the similar treatment? What would you personally like to see? Okay, Ed, before you start, next year is Zelda's 35th anniversary.
Hmm.
I expect a nice cadence of releases of Zelda games next year. Not necessarily the amount of the Mario games, but I do expect to see Twilight Princess and Wind Waker next year to set up the Breath of the Wild sequel in the fall.
I would like to see the handheld versions of the Zelda games come to.
Yeah, where's my Link Between Worlds port
Excuse me. Oh
that's been
yes,
rumored since the Switch came out?
especially in the graphics of Link's Awakening. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even if they were just up-resed, like I still think A Link Between Worlds is a great looking game if they just HD'd it up and you know, I think
Hmm.
that game is fine the way it looks. I just want it to be in HD and ported to Switch.
Yes.
Also that 2D Metroid was rumored. I mean, they could release, dude, imagine next year being Zelda and Metroid's 35th anniversary if they released, the Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD versions, and then the 2D Metroid that's rumored with the Metroid Prime HD collection, and then Breath of the Wild too.
Oh shoot, that would literally
That
be
could, dude, that
insane.
would be such a killer 2021.
Oh heck yeah.
And then like I don't know, Bayonetta 3 was probably at some point next year. I'm assuming. Like that's such a killer lineup for next year to take on the PS5 and the Xbox Series X lineups of games. Like that's such a strong lineup. Probably also like an Odyssey 2 at some point. Ugh.
I could. I know a lot of people would love to have the Earthbound collection, Earthbound Beginnings, Earthbound, and Earthbound 3. Um, Personally, for me, I think I kind of want to see Paper Mario series as a collection. Back from the N64 all the way up to at least the Wii. Or to Wii U, because I would love to see, of course, Thousand Year Door. But I would like to play that 2D, 3D one, Super Paper Mario.
Yeah,
I would
I
love
could
the
totally
3DS ones.
I could see
Oh,
an
go ahead.
HD. I could see an HD Paper Mario collection. Like if you like, even it's just like an HD N64 that 64 one through the Wii one. Like I could see that
Hmm.
as a collection.
Yeah, because I like Cutter Splash. Cutter Splash was really really good and really funny. I need to go back there and finish it. But that's something personally for me. I would love to see. Um, I kind of would love, and it's weird that you mentioned Metroid because I was thinking, I like you was mentioning the 2D ones, but I would love to see like Samus story told from Metroid slash Zero Mission to Metroid Fusion.
Yeah.
So you'll get around about you would get 6 games. Metroid Zero, uh, and regular Metroid. You would get Return of Samus and Samus Returns. So you get to see the difference in that you get Super Metroid, which is part
I
three,
want the
and then Metroid Fusion.
I want the Halo anniversary treatment to Metroid Samus Returns. You just press the select button and then it gives you the Game Boy version and then the 3DS version.
Yes, version. Yeah, I would love to see that, and I know Star Fox is another big one. I actually kind of would love for Nintendo to release arcade ports of their games, not the arcade archive, but I would love to see play the Mario Kart games that came to arcade because I think they did. I think Knuckle Bandai did 2 of them. I would love for Luigi's Mansion to get a collection that you get all besides Luigi's Mansion 3, you get the arcade game from Capcom. You get the DS version of Luigi's Mansion 2, or 3DS version. And then you get Luigi's Mansions from the GameCube. I would love to see that collection.
Yeah.
Um,
Kevin Wayne in the chat says bring back Pikmin. Uh, I mean,
Pikmin's
there's
already in the works,
dude.
but
I know they said Pikmin 4 is definitely in development. There's a rumor that Pikmin 3 is the Wii U game is going to come this year to Switch, which would be awesome. I think the first game is still my favorite, though. Honestly, like I don't know. There's just something simple about that first game that really made it
mhm.
special. But if we can get Pikmin 3 this year and then Pikmin 4 next year, like I don't know, man. I'm starting to like just talking about this. I'm starting to think that 2021 is going to be an awesome year for Switch.
Yeah, yeah.
Just throwing
Um,
that out there.
the photo game by Technoco, the Black Maiden,
Fatal Frame.
Fatal Frame. I would love to see that collection come to Switch. And only reason is
There was a
because
story on that the other day.
yes,
Um,
um, and the reason why that story came out for people who don't know that Nintendo has an investment stock in the Fatal Frame series. They paid for something
I
for
think
them
they
to have
I
some
think
kind
they
of
own the
ownership.
IP at this point.
They don't fully own it, but they have some money in it, so it can never go to any other system.
It seems
Um,
it seems kind of like a Pokemon deal.
yeah, in a way, because Fatal Frame I think did come to Super Nintendo, but only in Japan.
What?
Um,
What did
Fatal Frame,
Super Nintendo? You mean the
yeah,
Wii U?
no, Fatal Frame or one of the Fatal Frame games. It was one of the games, and then that's why I said it may have been Fatal Frame. There was one of the games that came to Super Nintendo. Um, and I don't know if it is Fatal Frame, but I thought it was. It was one of the horror games that Tecmo did or Koei did that was on the Super Nintendo game before it got big
Hmm.
to what it is now. Um, I thought I read it might be on Wikipedia. I would have to do some research. I'm sorry, everybody, but I would love to see that come. Like we need a horror game from Nintendo, or you know do some unreleased games like Hammer.
God,
And
Project Hammer cheese. Yeah.
um,
So,
the disaster report or the disaster report that came on Wii but never got released here. You know,
yeah.
I would love to see some stuff that Nintendo had in mind. Maybe they didn't finish or they did finish. Like I would love to have a game that it was just all about concepts and research and development, and you were able to play it as a demo. But yeah, here it is, a collection of games that Nintendo was going to start and then not start. Even though this is not a collection, um, Codename Steam.
Yeah.
I would love to see that, like, or Codename Steam plus Events Wars.
Here goes Ed and they'll sing literally every game that's not on Switch right now.
But
So
like Codename Steam and Events Wars would be huge on
I'm
Switch as a
I
connection.
wonder if they're gonna make a new Advanced Wars game because like I feel like because something that we kind of lightly talked about but haven't really discussed was like
Hmm.
Fire Emblem Three Houses was the majority of the game was developed by Koei Tecmo. You know, Intelligent System was like they were overseeing the project and really doing
Uh,
some sort of like, you know, putting the story together and whatever. But like the majority of the development was done by Koei Tecmo, which means
yes.
they're working on something. They haven't put out a game since Fire Emblem Fates, like that they solely worked on.
Then yeah, they got something in their hands. If they're not working on something, they're helping somebody out in Nintendo to
Yeah,
do something.
we did talk about how Intelligent Systems does a lot of like research and development for Nintendo and a lot of, you know, engineering for Nintendo, but like they're still a game developer. So,
Yes.
you know. So, all right. I think that's enough games to list as a possibility. But Ed, write that down for an expansion pack. I want to talk about the potential of 2021 for Nintendo Switch. Write that down because we're going to record something like that next week, I think.
Okay.
So, but anyways, I want to thank everybody so much for watching and or listening. Remember, you can email the show at nintendopowblock@gmail.com for your questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, and ideas to be answered on the show, or just, enter our contest that we said at the top of the show. The rules are simple. Email us a screenshot of your podcast subscription with the subject header saying giveaway. If you want a second entry, rate and review us on Apple Podcasts or rate us on Spotify. It helps with discoverability. You can watch our live streams on Mixer, Twitch, and YouTube. I want to thank BCav and Kevin and let's see who else joined our chat up here earlier. Elisa, I want to thank everybody for joining our chat on YouTube and on Mixer. Twitch, we've got a couple more followers on Twitch as well. So thank you guys so much for that. Big plans for Nintendo Power Block. Ed and I are going to have some quote-unquote business meetings next week to discuss the future of Nintendo Power Block as we approach our 200th episode of the show. So anyways, Ed, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at that retro code, where you can also find my Switch code and other things. And you can check out Optional Opinion on SoundCloud and other podcast apps.
Yeah. You can find me at I am Corey HD on Twitter, and you can find me at Corey HD on Twitch and Mixer. You can also find both of us on the Boss Rush podcast, which is Boss Rush Games' flagship show, and download our Xbox show as well, Arsenal X, which is hosted by Jesse Douglas.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, I want to thank everybody so much for watching and or listening. Like, subscribe, share, rate, review, all that good stuff. And until next week, we love you.
Bye, everybody. Woo-hoo.